2024 is here, which means a packed schedule of FA Cup, AFCON and, of course, Premier League action. Beat the January Blues and watch every game with the atmosphere it deserves down at your local Green King Sports pub. Don't settle for a dodgy stream. If it's on the telly, it's on at your local Green King across their huge HD screens. If you download the Green King Sports app, you'll also receive 10% off every single drink whenever there's a game on. Their venues offer a range of low and non-alcohol options, so dry January doesn't mean you have to settle for an inferior sports watching experience. Welcome to the 1878 FM podcast, episode 22. And we are chilled. We're recording this on a Friday. There's no games this weekend. Well, no game for Everton, which was why we're relaxed on a Friday.
Chilled, literally chilled.
It is cold. It's a cold week. Dave has just been telling us that it's a little bit colder where you are, Dave. Than we're on the thaw out here slightly. I mean, I'm looking out and can still see a bit of snow, but where you are, it's still a little chilly this morning. You were saying.
It was Baltic this morning. Yeah, it was. I had to go out at 7:30 this morning. And it was -6 and proper scraping the car and everything. So, I'm just a bit done with winter now. I don't enjoy it very much. I'm done with the fact that my heating isn't very good in the house and I'm under 2 duvets. So I'm looking forward to it. Apparently it warms up to a balmy 4 degrees tomorrow. So that'll be nice to get out on my bike. And then, the word on the street from Ped, Weatherman Ped, is the fact that it's going to be 13 or 14.
Well, I have to keep my eye on the weather, Dave, because obviously my training schedules are rigorous, and I can't get out there. I went out the other night and it's hard on the calves running in ice and snow. It's so hard on the calves. So also, I think you need to up your bedding game, because my missus got new bedding and I can only describe it as what the Flintstones have.
Okay,
right.
It is so warm.
Is it high tog then?
No, it's not like a duvet. It is literally feels like you are sleeping under animal skin.
Is it like one of those
it's beautiful.
Like a fleecy type.
Yeah. On either side. It's beautiful. It's took the bedding game up to another.
I mean, I have to say, I've got a snug rug. I mean, this isn't a conversation that I thought we'd have.
No, it's not on the agenda,
I think it's important, but I've got a snug rug that I bought last winter off Amazon. And it said, the review said that it was extremely effective. And I have to tell you, it is. I mean, I sit there on the sofa and it's otherwise cold, and I put my snug rug round me.
Job done.
And then within seconds almost, it's like central heating. It's brilliant. So I could also put that. Yeah, it is. Well, and I could actually put that on the bed as well. Well, it could be an option.
My missus works from home, so she has to go, deep into the she doesn't want the heating on all the time because she's only in one room. So she's in a throw over, which is a heated throw over, but she's also got a thing now for her feet, a heated feet thing.
Heated thing.
Yeah. I don't know what you'd call that, but it's a heated thing.
Foot heater.
Yeah, and she just sticks her feet in, and it's on all the time. And she's loving it. But one thing I want to bring to your attention, Dave, is earlier in the week we came in, and Baz said, I was talking about being cold, and he said, it snowed at ours last night. And I was like, no, there's no snow by ours. And he was like, that's only because you get up late, throwing the jabs in.
Well, that's what I would have thought.
Yeah, and then John Blaine came in, our obviously financial expert, and he was like, well, it didn't snow by me. And it turns out, basically, the gated community got their own snow ahead of the rest of us. It felt like, it was a perk of being in the gated community, their own snow.
I thought that the whole of Liverpool, if not Merseyside, got snow the other day, because I saw pictures of other friends who live in Liverpool, and they all had snow.
Well, we did.
So I just assumed it was a blanket. It was a widespread thing.
Well, it was the next day, but the gated community got an early exclusive.
Sorry.
They got let in first. The velvet rope.
Got it.
We got a pre-snow.
Yeah,
that's what it was. It just snowed in around us, and then. We dealt with that, and then we all got. Then you all got it.
Exactly.
The bleds got the rest
That's
of
what
it.
I thought.
That's fine. That's fine.
It was a very.
I mean, it's still my road. Still looks like a winter wonderland because it's because the sun at this time of the year, the sun doesn't hit the road.
That's right.
So really, it just doesn't melt. So my road is still like it was on Tuesday. There you go.
Do you think, Ped, that this gives those in the gated communities an advantage in so much as they are first to get their sledges out and prepare and get to high ground before, the working classes have actually realized what's going on?
You ever seen like those disaster films? There's like, there's a couple of disaster films out there where it's like the rich people are like getting the little secret invites to the ark.
I just want to come in here rich.
No,
really?
I'm just about the film.
Yeah.
About the film.
Okay.
So there's a couple where the rich people or the people who've got something to add to society get the little notification, get the little nod and the wink at rest before the chaos of the general population gets it. And I feel like this is similar. I feel like you're getting the little hat tip,
Yeah. Secret handshake.
Yeah. That you're getting the snow early, and also probably I imagine Zach took the day off school ahead of everybody else. He knew what was coming because and
he very much did get the day off school, but the note.
And happy birthday to Zach as well.
Of course.
By the way,
Thank you very much, Dave. I did appreciate that on Instagram as well. Thank you very much.
That's what I'm all about.
You are absolutely. He got the notification at 8:03. I was outside at Mathew, my eldest boy, had a chiropractor appointment in Crosby, so whatever time. So I've got to take him. I know. You know what? He could have had a chiropractor anywhere. And me missus.
Whoa. Hang on. I have to bring you up on this. Hang on. You came in the other day. I'm not going to say late because you said what time you were coming in, so it wasn't late. I don't believe anything. You're late if you tell people what time you're coming in. That's why I'm never late. You went for a sports massage on the Wirral.
Me and me missus
on the Wirral.
I'll give you the.
Be in the.
No.
You're on the Wirral.
Never be in the Wirral.
Always on the Wirral.
Well,
could you not have gone for a sports massage somewhere closer to home?
So basically, what I will throw back at you is your hairdresser. You should go and go. Where did you get your haircut? Where did you used to get your haircut?
In Liverpool.
Okay, where did you get your haircut now?
Skem.
Why?
Because it's better. But
no. What's the main reason?
Because he's better.
No, what's the main reason?
Because he's a better haircut dresser.
But it wasn't your hairdresser in Liverpool when you went.
So what I'm saying is though, that doesn't cause me to be technically not late, but late.
Well, I was in at like 1:05. Yeah. But the reason why we were on the Wirral is because the person who sports massagers used to come to the house because she used to have loads of people over here and she'd do a few in a day. But she doesn't do that anymore, so you have to go to it. Anyway, so I was supposed to... So the whole story was I was out brushing the snow off my car at 10 to 8 the other day thinking I'm going to have to drop Zach off as well.
Do you not have someone who does that for you?
No, Peter Wells Borough was otherwise engaged, butling or doing whatever he was doing. And by the I'm getting the snow off the car, then the notification comes through for Zach that the school is closed at 8:05. Yeah. He has to be in at 8:30. People are on the way, obviously. And Mathew lets me know about 9:10 that we're not actually going to chiropractor because it would have took too long and you'd have to go a different day. So
not handy for the gated community, is it, Crosby, for you?
No, not when there's people, when they get on the roads, realise they can't drive. Even if the roads are clear. Oh, I've got to drive at 11 miles an hour. Even though the roads are clear, 11 miles an hour. Same with rain. Heavy rain. I get it. Don't speed, but don't drive at 10 miles an hour, which is even worse. Anyway, I don't even know what. Dave, before we do Everton Crystal Palace, let's go in chronological order here. Last Monday, it was confirmed that Everton and Nottingham Forest were in breach of PSR rules. Everton for the second year running, which isn't a surprise because the 2 of the years are still the same as the last breach. But hey ho. But what was your initial feelings to this news?
I thought that the news conference with Masters was an embarrassment. This is the one, obviously, where he referred to Everton and Nottingham Forest being the small clubs.
Yeah.
Which, I thought was very telling. What did I make of the second charge? It just, rightly or wrongly, it just makes you kind of think, do you know what? I'm past caring now. I know that sounds like a stupid thing to say, but you just think it's clear that somebody has got it in for us. It feels like a vendetta, and I haven't concerned myself with it too much because almost don't really know how to describe it, but after the first situation, and the 10 points were taken off, and obviously the side, did well and came together and got some good results, and we all felt optimistic. And then when they start talking about the possibility of a second penalty potentially, you just think it just makes you feel that the whole thing is academic, and the whole almost everything that they do, we feel, etc., just seems completely irrelevant. And that's not to say that I'm throwing the towel in or anything like that, but I find it very difficult to think of anything at the moment other than just what's the point is kind of my general feeling, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, it does, doesn't it? I mean, Ped, it does feel like a vendetta, doesn't it, at the moment, because we seem to be getting it from everywhere, and you've got this first points deduction, and then there's news that there might be a second one, but yet if Everton are successful in the appeal, then the second charge goes away because they've got the first charge out the way, and I keep saying it, and I will keep saying it, I don't see a world where taking points off teams is the correct way to do stuff. There must be other punishments, and there should be other punishments, but
it was mentioned in the actual Commons Committee, wasn't it? One of the MPs actually mentioned about the points deductions. Like he said, if you start handing out like 3 or 4 in one season, then what's the point? Because every other game has got a team that is, they're looking at going, what's the point in this game? You render the whole thing pointless, and I think that's. I'm not saying that's where we are right now, but it does leave a massive cloud over everything. Forest will probably feel that this weekend when they play, and they'll be, they'll feel anger and they'll think we can turn this around. But ultimately, when with us getting the second one, I'm not saying it's. I don't know whether it is vindictive or anything, but it does make you just feel like, what is the point? What is the point? What direction are we going in football if we're handing out? Or we don't know how the league's going to be settled. Is it going to be settled what happens on the pitch, or is it going to be settled with what happens off the pitch? Nobody really knows.
I just think points deductions, them games have been played.
Yeah.
And once you start messing with results and what's going on pitches when the games are played, I think is scandalous. And I also think as well, and I've said this, I don't want Forest to get a points deduction even if it benefits
Neither
Everton.
do I.
I just think it's a load of nonsense. But also by the same fact is you are essentially, said this the other week, you're getting done twice for the same thing. And there needs to be, look, we know Everton have been run poorly. We know that it's there. No one could ever sit here and tell us differently, because we have been. The proof is in the pudding, and we haven't passed the PSR for last year, and we've been given a points deduction, and we're trying to fight the severity of it. I don't think we're trying to say we're innocent, we haven't done anything.
No.
But I just don't understand how then the line isn't drawn at that to go, we are trying to help you get better, because the rules were supposedly put in place to help teams, and yet they're muting. And I know it might not happen this way, but it's still getting mentioned that Everton will get even more points taken off them for something that has happened a while ago. We haven't accepted it, but we've already been points taken off us. But this offence has then happened in a different season.
Yeah.
Then you may be putting the same punishment into one season with points. I just don't get that.
The punishment alone, we all agree, is disproportionate. That's the issue. It's not whether they're guilty or not. It's the proportion based upon the crime, and also the fact that it's a punishment which punishes the fans ultimately.
Yeah.
Who are not the people that should be punished, in the same way that a points deduction with Forest, should it happen, and I agree, Baz, I don't want to see points being taken off anybody, because again, that would punish the fans, and that's not where it should be aimed. But also, am I not right in thinking something I read the other day, whereby after this season the rules are changing anyway, i.e. the rules which are catching us at the moment won't be in place come August?
Well, it's not been ratified, but it's certainly...
That's essentially what they're saying?
That's what they're saying, yeah. They're saying because they're saying that Richard Masters sort of did mention it as well, that they're going to have a meeting and they probably are going to change it. They're probably going to change them, and this will probably be the last year we have this form, which again makes a mockery of it, because no one will ever be punished, and Everton under the new rules wouldn't get punished. So again, it makes a mockery of what we're doing right now. So and also I feel like, I don't know what you think, Dave, but the narrative sort of changed as well, hasn't it? Like the media narrative of us has changed, I think, this time as well. People are coming after us. People are saying, well, it's your football club did this. You know, and I think fans are sitting there going, yeah, we know, mate. We know we've been telling you this for all 2-3 years, but you sat there and you didn't write anything about it, and you were too busy patting people on the back about it. And it's leading to a lot of anger, and it's leading to a lot of frustration, I think, within the fan base, that as a fan base that has been saying this for a while and no one was prepared to listen. And now the fan base will be punished because nobody's there. Nobody's left. We've got a club that's pretty rudderless at the moment. You know, everyone's acting. Everyone's, the boards. I don't know if the board even meet anymore, but it is the fans who will be punished ultimately, because nobody is left to take the blame or take the consequences for what's happened.
But I mean, if there was to be a second points deduction, and supposing there was a further, I don't know, I mean, would they be talking about 10 again? Would they be talking about 4, 6? I don't know. But anything. Supposing there was another 6 points deduction, and I'm only suggesting that just as it's somewhere in the middle of where things are, right? Is that at that point, it almost, you just feel like kind of saying, well, we won't play.
Yeah.
And actually, in the same way that we could have, we could have not played United straight off the back of the first one. And gone, do you know what? Bollocks to it.
Yeah.
What's the point? And I genuinely think that, we were all shocked by the 10-point deduction in November. And it took a while to sink in, but it did. And it was one of those, it came on a Friday, didn't it, as I recall? It was only then sort of come the Monday, and you sort of thought, right, well, yeah, it wasn't just a bad dream. It has sort of settled, and this is where we are. And come that Monday, we sort of moved forward with it. And as we said, they did well, and they clawed back the points very quickly. But I think if it was to happen again, just on principle, you would just think, what's the point? It's just whatever we do, it's like snakes and ladders, isn't it? You get back, you climb up, and then suddenly somebody puts you all the way back to square one again, and you just think, well, I think you can take it once as fans and as a club and as the players and Dyche as well. I think you can take it once. I don't think you can take it twice in one season.
No, and as you mentioned there, you've just pulled that figure, 6 points from nowhere, but we're dealing with a commission that literally did the same thing. And I think, again, that's a big argument for the club. It's like, people are, if you were to say to a fan that we said, Avid said to us quite a lot, could be this, could be that. And it's hard to argue with anybody. Like, the argument would be, well, we got 10 for the first one, and that's for 3 years, where essentially you're going back and over 2 of those years. So you've already been punished for that. So really, in terms of that, if the 10 points stood, you could argue that it would be a 3 points deduction. But you can't reliably say that. No. You can't reliably say anything now, because if we're in a system where the punishment is undetermined and these people have everything in front of them, they can give you any kind of punishment they want. Who's to say, and don't forget it'll be a completely different set of people again, who's to say they don't look at it with completely fresh eyes as a completely one-off independent thing, and they don't look at it with double jeopardy, and they just go, yeah, there's another 10. And you just think, what is the point? Because there are no, the normal legal system goes, there has many factors and can keep going till you get to the highest court in the land. This doesn't. This has 2 goes at it for each one. And you just think, what you are right. You just think, what's the point anymore? And if they make that decision, certainly with the appeal, and it stands that we get, that's it. It's done. And it's
I think
that's the
I think
frustration.
for me it's the principle of it, and whether
Yeah.
it's 10, 8, 6, 4, 3, whatever, it doesn't really make any difference.
Mm.
It's just, you know, supposing it was 3 points, it's just that principle of the fact that, you know, here we go again. You've said one thing, but I think the thing that really gets me and gets everybody most is back to this situation whereby we wouldn't be guilty under the new rulings come
Yeah.
next season,
Yeah.
which means therefore there's no way that this is an even playing field, and there's no parity with this because we're in a situation whereby we will be the only club unless Forest get done, you know, for example, between now and the end of the season, which they may do. But that aside, we will be the only ones, or us and Forest will be the only ones who will actually be punished under this.
And it actually
And
feels
anybody
like
else, and bearing in mind all those other clubs who have all got, it's all grey areas, right? Nobody's clean in all of this. The whole thing is grey areas, and anybody could actually make a case for any one of the clubs on different criteria. Nobody's squeaky in all of this. Yet none of them. It's not even like, you know, you could kind of go, right, well, we were done in 2023, right? But it will come to whoever and whoever and whoever, whether it's in 24, 25, 26, etc. At least you will feel that there was some fairness and it was an even playing field. But now to know that, and at best maybe Forest might get trapped in this thing that then thereafter nobody will be affected by, just seems completely unjust.
And it feels like they're changing it because they've seen that they have opened Pandora's box, and it is too much of a headache, and it is bringing headlines that they don't want. It's dragging them into questioning and under, you know, Commons committees. And actually, the Premier League are going, we don't need this kind of hassle, because actually, beforehand, everything was fine. Everything was fine. We were doing it. And I know people will go, well, Man City have broke the rules and all that kind of thing. And then now we're getting the narrative, oh, they've done something completely different. That's why it's taken so long. But it's very clear that Premier League and the Premier League teams are like, do you know, if we just change this slightly, then it would work better for everyone. And actually, also, Newcastle and Arsenal and whoever else could spend this window and make the Premier League more competitive and more exciting, and would give us our transfer deadline day exciting on Sky or whatever. And yeah, you're right. A couple of teams will be punished in the meantime and will be the examples, and are the thing that allows the Premier League to say, see, we told you, we are tough on teams.
But the thing is, it's not just about, say, us and Forest being pissed off about being singled out and being unfairly treated. The severity of this situation is that if it was to be another points deduction, right, you would very much be concerned about our ability to stay in the league this season. I believe, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's doubtful at the moment at best, right? But it would be almost rubber stamped, I think, should there be a second penalty. And, you know, you're then talking about a mistake by those in power, or what we believe to be a mistake or a badly run situation, which could ultimately result in our club being financially unsustainable.
Yeah.
You know, that's how serious it is.
For real.
You know, this isn't just about, oh, well, you know, we might end up spending a season in the Championship, which is annoying and disappointing and blah 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 blah, but we'll bounce back. It's not going to be like that.
Yeah. For rules that were brought in to stop clubs going bust.
Correct, which could exactly make our club go bust.
Yeah. Crazy.
It's an absolute shambles.
It is a disgrace. It really is a disgrace.
But let's see what happens. It's a shambles, but we're just going to have to hope common sense prevails and hope that Everton continue to fight it and identify how pathetic the rules they have in place are at the moment. On to football matters, Dave. We had the small matter of an FA Cup third round replay at Goodison Park in midweek, and Everton overcome Crystal Palace. It wasn't a great game, I'll be honest, but we overcome it. We've scored a good free kick, first free kick at Goodison Park for 5 years since Luca Dean scored against Watford. Andre Gomez before half time, and that was enough to put Everton in the next round. Yeah,
which was, you know, some cause for celebration and for smiles, amongst all of the doom and gloom that we've just discussed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I wasn't sure whether they would or not. As I say, I was listening to it. The reports didn't sound like it was a great game. Virginia, by all accounts from the highlights that I saw, played well, which is encouraging. A great free kick from Gomez. And yeah, the Palace fans are complaining about the fact that, their side aren't up to much at the moment, and we got past them. And, we now face Luton next game on the 27th.
Let me ask you a question, Dave, because obviously you've just played into what I was going to ask you, but how does it make you feel, right? As someone who has worked in media for a few years, I mean, you've worked in it for over 20 years, so you probably started when you were about 13, didn't you?
Sure.
How does it make you feel in 2024 that you have to rely on the radio to watch? I say watch because you're not watching, but to get updates on an FA Cup game. How does that make you? Because obviously you live in a different part of the country, and there'll be a lot of people who listen to this who will listen to other parts of the country and around the world. Who didn't watch the game either. And it wasn't a great game, don't get me wrong. But how does that make you feel that you have to rely on the radio?
Well, it's interesting, Ped, because not me, obviously, because that might be illegal. But I know somebody who's got an app which allows them to watch different feeds from around the world.
My God.
Right? Now, all I can say is that the other night, I was obviously in close contact with this friend of mine. And it was the first time that he'd ever not been able to find the match anywhere, right? Normally it's on somewhere, whether it's on in the Middle East or it's on in America. The reports, according to my friend, said that it should have been on ESPN Plus. So my friend obviously went through 299 channels there, still couldn't find it anywhere. So I know that, certainly speaking on his behalf, it was an extremely frustrating night whereby he spent, more than an hour trying to find the game with no joy, which then meant that he then had to join me in terms of how I was following progress by listening to the radio, which does, to answer your question in an extremely long-winded way, feel archaic in the year 2024. The fact that is what we have to resort to. And then all I get is 3 minutes worth of shoddy highlights the next day, which just seems to be a little bit silly.
It is crazy.
Technology available today. But I mean, I have said to my friend, he needs to be careful about this app though, because it's not kosher.
Oh yeah, of course you say that. You've got to protect it.
I didn't even know that. We obviously were at the game, and but I had no. I mean, we have complained about this before. That obviously, when Everton are playing, obviously for our jobs, when Everton are playing away and it's not a televised game, we have no way of watching the game, do we, Baz?
No.
We have no way of watching the game. No way whatsoever of watching the game.
No.
And any way that we do get would be looking through the windows of Rumbelows or somewhere like that.
Sorry.
And it will buffer a few times in that window of Rumbelows.
Oh, of course.
Or could even the person who
I sometimes go into the woods and rub things together to create,
more suspect than anything we were talking about before.
I don't know what's going on here. Have you just what's going on?
I thought it was like a live confession.
I know.
What are you creating?
I thought he just
people use.
I mean, I tell you what, that made the idea of me potentially saying that I've been watching football on a league sound like nothing compared to what you were owning up to.
I said some people rub sticks together and they create fire and watch things on that, but I know a lot of our American friends couldn't even do that the other night.
Sometimes I piss in the woods and I create a stream. No, and then sometimes the person who's in Rumbelows, who's got the game on the TV, will suddenly turn over and put another game on, which is also very frustrating. Can also be very frustrating. But it is mad, isn't it? It's mad in this day and age, and the FA want to promote the competition as the magic of the cup, that you can't watch.
Yeah.
Unless you're physically in there, whilst it's freezing outside. And
it was cold though.
It was
cold at the match. To be fair, it was cold, but it is a nonsense because why isn't there a mechanism for like the FA? Because the League Cup did this, where you could just buy the game a couple of years ago, couldn't you? They should have been able to buy that Everton Palace game on wherever you were, like for a $5 or something, just go onto the channel, pay this, and you've got the game. But they made some money and all that.
And Dave, because Dave grew up in the digital era, and it's only known
Digital
this,
area.
the digital area.
Whippersnapper. Not much between him and Ned.
Dave doesn't even remember the Millennium Bug. Remember that? Dave doesn't even know what that is.
No.
I was in short pants then.
Yeah, of course.
In the woods.
In the woods.
In the
Rubbing
woods.
sticks together.
Rubbing sticks together and pissing.
We're talking about football and you're bleeding going on about the Blair Witch. Which, of course, Dave was not old
He
enough to
wouldn't know
ever
anything
see.
about it. I felt like the Blair Witch when we walked through the graveyard back after the match the other night.
What are you going on about?
So get back to the car. We cut through that graveyard.
Oh, what, on the end of Priory Road?
Yeah, but we went.
Yeah.
We normally go in at
Match the experience sounds like thriller.
It's terrifying. That was what I was looking for. I don't want to say it. Let's move on. I normally go in at the entrance, but we walked down Walton Lane, is the one that way, towards Queen's Drive. And then we went in the side entrance. Yeah. We should have gone immediately left.
Yeah.
We carried on straight.
Oh, my God.
And literally, there was nobody about. It was free. It was, mate. It was
Are you
free.
saying that the graveyard is less scary than walking past the away coaches? Is that what you're saying?
No, we just thought we were sort of thinking, we'll cut our journey down a little bit by going it. We didn't. We had to.
I must admit, I did walk past the away coaches, Dave. There was about 2 of them.
I was going to say.
I was going to say, there's not many from Palace, is there?
I did fit, like, the Palace fans just looked like, there was like, you know, when you're just like, why are we here? There was no anger. It was just, there was just disappointment.
Yeah.
There's just disappointment.
Yeah,
and I think the highlight of the night was actually, there's a garage down there, a well-stocked petrol station. And a lot of them had been for snacks. Not Fulham kind of fan snacks.
No.
But a lot of them had been for Chris
They've got a
multipacks.
5-hour journey home to look forward to after that, you know, so they need to stock up on snacks. You mean the one opposite the big car park at the end?
Well, that's where I park. I park and, you know.
You're in the big park.
Yeah, I've got a pass for the big car park.
Is it take you a while to get out of there?
No, it depends it depends. The flow is good sometimes.
Is it?
I remember the days when you used to have the local kids who used to kindly offer to look after your car.
No, you can't.
You can't remember that, Dave.
Well, you know, I was very.
So
young
you've been told.
You've been told.
So I've been told.
Yeah. Up by Watford Road, land your car, lad. Yeah. And then you'd have to just go, yeah.
You'd have to go, yeah.
Because if you said no, there was things happening.
They probably, if they did it now, they'd need like contactless.
They've all got the card machines.
It's in the same way that like buskers have that. Have you seen that now?
Buskers have card machines. Shut up.
I kid you, honestly. I kid you not. It sounds like a joke, but it's not. I was at a train station and I saw a busker there, and instead of to be fair, she did the traditional guitar case open, which you could toss your shrapnel into, so to speak.
Yeah.
The last time I'll say that phrase.
Yeah, probably not a great phrase. But
she also had a card machine for those in the modern digital age, whereby if you were enjoying her performance, you could just tap your appreciation. Again, I probably wouldn't say that again. And then she would then get that donation there.
So you tapped your appreciation and left the donation.
Fair play.
Fair play.
Oh, I didn't do anything. I just smiled and walked past.
Just don't buskers need to have literal permits now to be buskers?
Do
you have to do a
Ned's saying, Ned, our resident busker, is saying.
I think you need a busking license now, like an X Factor. You have to go through an X Factor style.
Yeah,
to even become a busker
Boot
these
camp.
days.
Well, you've got more chance of getting a bleeding busking thing and an answer off them quicker than you'd have the bleeding Premier League anyway, haven't you? But bit of busking licenses, who'd have thought?
There you go.
Who would have thought?
Not me.
No. Well, now I know because you brought it up. If I'd have ever wondered about it and thought, have they got a license for that? Must be if they're carrying now contactless.
If you want a good song, you got to tap the app.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I suppose there's no reason why they wouldn't have contactless nowadays.
Why wouldn't you? I don't know.
Costs money though. I just very quick on haircut the other day. The hairdresser's had a.
Hair looks nice, by the way, Barry.
Thanks very much, David. He's had a contactless thing. He's got rid of it because it costs so much money to have it for the year. Now you just send bank transfer.
Oh yeah, I bank transfer as well. Yeah, I bank transfer.
Bank transferred me to get me haircut. What's happening? But it was
Gillian
costing
only
so
takes
much.
cash.
Oh well, she's on the ball.
I know, well, Gillian,
she's on the ball.
Fair play, but you know what? It's annoying because got to have the cash. Always got the cash, haven't you? If you go into that.
It's the only time I ever have cash.
I was going to say you don't carry cash anymore, do you?
No.
Hence why the buskers have gone.
I had to pinch some money off my daughter's Christmas money the other day.
You've got
so
it.
I had some,
Yeah, I don't like cash.
I did pay her back, obviously.
No, well, obviously, you ain't keeping it.
I don't like cash because that's the problem with cash. You do dip into it. I feel like I've become more financially prudent since I don't have
Since
cash.
you don't have cash.
So when I had cash and I was a taxi driver, I obviously didn't have any idea of what that cash was. And neither did the taxman. But there was no idea of what the cash was. So you'd spend it and you'd come to the end of it and you'd be like, oh, where's
my money gone?
Well, at least now you get paid in the bank, you pay with
You
you
know
can
it,
keep an eye on everything. It's a much more sophisticated way of doing things.
So
and
what
I'm
was
sure
saying-
you behind the gated community have had that for many, many years.
we had it well before, yeah. Well, caveat is I do not live in a gated community, by the way.
That's nonsense.
But we had contactless.
That
years
is
ago.
absolute bollocks.
We had contactless just for the bin men to get in. You know, they had to pay
when
to
the
get in.
community gets played by direct debit, I mean, again, very sophisticated.
Oh, but I'm just going back to the busker, because no wonder the busker nowadays, you know, your modern day busker.
Your modern day busker.
Knows people don't have cash.
Yeah.
The busker can't turn up thinking I'm going to make some money here and no one's got cash.
He's thinking.
So
he's
he or she could
don't
be a
even bring
she.
your chip
It
and
was a
bit.
she, I think, in
Absolutely.
David's
It
example.
was the one that
It's
I
a she.
saw. She was a she.
She's
She
full.
was, but no, I don't even think we can say that, Dave. Actually, in this day and age.
But she was a she.
Okay.
And she had a busker
do you know
machine.
what? I say that actually. That's perhaps, you know, I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't
exactly.
sit down and talk to her.
Exactly.
So maybe, you know, maybe she wasn't a she.
The person, he, she, or what
they.
Could have been
or
a they. It could
they.
have been anything.
had a contactless machine because they're thinking, well, I'm covering all the bases. You've got to cover all the bases nowadays,
Yeah.
and they are. They've gone there and gone, right,
There you go.
tap this and make some money.
Can I just say, I don't know where. How on earth did
We
we get
went
to
from
this?
Everton Crystal Palace getting through, looting at home to bleeding busker. I don't even know how we got there.
I don't even
I
know how
don't
we got to
either.
you in the woods.
Oh, it was the wood. It was you pissing to get it. Yeah.
But
I'm
that
being in
was-
rumbelows.
that was dark. I think
That was
you know, in
dark.
terms
You're
of-
absolutely
I mean,
right.
I mean, for a Friday record, actually, which is the first time we've done this, and
Yeah.
it should normally give us more of a spring in our
Yeah.
step and make
think
us
we're
feel
just
a bit more
cold.
spunky. But you know,
Yeah.
it's actually been quite a dark time. You know.
Go down to the woods today. You're in for a big surprise. All right.
How's your roof, Dave? Before we
There you
That's the
go.
one, isn't it?
That's the
is your
one.
roof holding up?
Oh yeah, sorry, we haven't done roof news, have
Roof
we?
date.
Yeah,
Roof update.
Roof update is the fact that the job has all been completed.
Excellent.
And there has been no water leakage,
Excellent.
which is what you want from a new roof.
Normally,
No
yeah.
splashbacks.
No splashbacks, flat roof, always problematic. But anyway, it has been covered in a. It's called EPDM.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like a rubber. It's like a rubber system which sort of seals the whole thing.
Get that for your sheets.
So that's all good. Thumbs up for the rubber, as it were. And today the scaffolding has
Nice.
come down as well.
Oh,
So
nice.
I now have somewhere to park my car. So
That's always
yeah, happy
key.
days.
When the scaffolding comes down, that's the final bit of the job ticked off. Off you go. Scaffold. You never
Absolutely.
want a full
Yeah,
24-hour rec service, do you?
No.
It
Hurts.
would do. It would do without any.
Everybody hurts.
Well, so REM said.
Sometimes.
R.E.M. said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
But
didn't
you
he?
wouldn't know that, Dave, because you were.
You are again wearing around. Obviously, that's
for
it.
that
Yeah,
period of
you're
time.
right.
That's
You're right. Yeah, my older brothers and sisters told me.
told you about a band called REM.
There we go.
There you go. Right, Dave, we know that you are very busy, so we are going to take a break now, and we will be back shortly. Welcome back. We've made the
We
substitution.
have made a sub. It's
Ned,
it feels like a bit of a dice sub, doesn't it?
it's a
the
safety
end.
sub towards the end.
Schmitty.
Ned has replaced
guy.
David Vitty. Oh, God, there he goes. Sean isn't here. Don't try and...
Ned's Sean Dice impression is tremendous.
Go on, Ned. Go on. Do it for the listeners and the viewers. Go on.
Sorry.
That's it. I thought you were going to use one of your phrases.
Go on,
That's
you've got to
fine.
do your phrases.
I got sore tummy.
Oh, what difference does that make? All right, forget. We set you up. We built you up.
Been in the
and-
I
woods.
missed my chance. You got to take your chances. What the guy?
I reckon in his head he thinks
I love it.
he's basic. No,
I
it is,
think
it
Great.
is funny.
Perfect.
I love it. I think it's perfect.
It is funny.
Practice
Ned,
makes
we're gonna, cause this is just random bit. I mean, you know, some might say the whole thing's random, but because this is a random bit, we think you're key in these bits because
Yeah.
your answers will be the gold
Feels
that
random.
we're gonna go to. It does. So the first thing I'm gonna ask you is, if you had to lose your hands or your feet, what would you choose?
Probably my feet, to be honest.
Okay, why?
They're not
Seems
replacing them with
useless.
anything. Because they could easily find, like, it's not like I need me toes. Like,
It's not like you need
if
your
they,
feet
if they can
either.
find something I can balance on so I can walk, or at least stand up, then I can use my fingers. Because don't forget about your hands, it's just your hands, it's your fingers too.
Well,
And your
they're part of
fingers-
your hands, yeah.
Use your fingers for everything.
You do.
Your toes are just a part of your
Do you
feet.
know there's as many muscles in your feet as there are in your hands?
Well, yeah, well, that's
just science,
bite
innit?
to bite.
What? Bite to bite? What does that
You
mean?
need your fingers more than you need your toes, don't you?
Yeah,
You need your fingers.
Your toes are quite important for
fingers
balance
tight.
and stuff,
You
but
need
you'd
your
go with
fingers.
you'd lose your hand.
How would you wipe
feet.
your own ass?
Don't take it down to the next
need-
level. I'm just asking you the question.
And don't forget, I have 2 jobs. If I don't have any hands, I lose both of them.
That is key. That is
That's a good answer.
Hey, Ned, you know, can I just
I'll die.
interject with that? You know, the new Last of Us 2 remaster game, there's a pure guitar section where you can just play guitar. I'd be very interested to see you do that. Play some
There you
tunes on
go.
it.
I won't be playing guitar, will I? I'll be playing PlayStation 5.
No, but you do. You play the guitar, don't you?
Yeah,
so-
but you're not like...
But you are, but
playing it like
you
that
know
with a
the
controller.
chords, and I would like to see you master that.
You know what corresponds to it, so can you do
Yeah,
it?
no,
So that'd be interesting. You could put some songs online of you playing songs with the hair guitar, but you singing. I think that would do. I think the internet needs that.
Like me and Ellie doing like...
Well, Ellie's playing the guitar, but it's you and you singing.
me and
I
Ellie
think
playing Beautiful South.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Ned, let me ask you this. These are pre-random questions, by the way. But if you could put one condiment inside your belly button, what would it be and
Well,
why?
do we not get to answer the foot one?
No, because we've
it's a
answered
Ned,
it.
Ned question.
No, well, yeah, I'll bring you in for some other one.
Okay.
The foot one,
Thanks.
you kind of answered it, didn't you? You
Yeah.
were saying, yeah, what condiment would you put in your belly button, Ned, if you had to?
Hang on.
For what reason is this?
Go on, Ned.
I'm just Googling what a condiment is.
Have you never been down the condiment aisle?
He hasn't.
I reckon you have.
Garlic granules.
Garlic granules, why?
Just because I bought some last night, so I've got some in.
That's your reason.
So
Okay,
you, though.
that is so
That is
you.
incredibly
I
so
just
you.
went. I went to the shops to buy everything because I had football and I need to pick up something with tea.
Why is it someone's birthday?
No, but I bought everything I needed to make for tea. So I
Yeah.
bought everything I needed to make for a full English, but I forgot the hash browns. Do you know what I use instead?
Go on.
Potato waffles. And now every time I make a full English, I'm gonna have potato waffles on it.
I mean, it's controversial, but that's fair enough.
But condimenting. I would have
Condiment? What's condimenting?
whatever that.
A condiment?
Condiments. Garlic
Condimenting?
granules. I love garlic granules.
I don't know if they're a condiment.
I use them with everything.
I don't think garlic granules are a condiment.
Okay, let's move on. It was just a quick one.
Why would someone want a condiment in their belly button?
I don't know. It's
Some
just,
people have a belly.
what
button
would you use it for? You might want a belly button fetish. So if you've got a belly button fetish, then you want to. If you were gonna, I assume if it's a fetish, you'd lick.
I'd put some mustard in there to stop people going in my belly
That'd
button.
be hot, though, wouldn't it? Burn.
Can't beat a bit of hot belly button
Hot belly
action.
button action. There you go.
Mustard, might people.
A question that always does the round is, dog food. Who specifically tests the dog food?
Yeah,
You know when he tests it, they say it's a new and improved flavour. You can't speak to a dog, can you? And go, what? Has he just said something under the radar there that people will have picked
You
up?
can't say that.
Why not?
You can't say that. He said homeless dogs. Like they're less worthy. Like they're less worthy.
Why would a
Yeah, boy.
You can't
Try
say
that.
that. But you can't
And
say
they're like, he's like,
we're going to get letters. We're going to
Well,
get...
we're not. Ned will get it.
start looking after the stray dogs then.
But what if they don't
People
like
are-
it,
There's
though?
no stray dogs in England.
What's going on? I just asked
Is
you.
that your
I'm
next... That sounds like your next song.
So I'm looking after I'm doing my
They'll
part.
start off depressing us as well. All the dogs
I'm
will be
doing
like
my
that.
part.
Oh.
I've got 2 dogs. I'm a
So
saint.
who do we think specifically test the dog food, right? And how do they know it's a new and improved flavour?
I think they have dogs that they bring in like a test panel.
Okay.
Strays.
And no, they're not strays. You can't say that. Why are you belittling dogs?
Right, on any random
So
dogs. then.
basically, what I'm saying is they have a test panel of dogs that people bring in. They know the food's safe. They'll do the A and B test, and obviously it'll be where the dog
Okay.
wants to go back to, or what it ate more of. It might get 2 bowls in front of it, and it might be a dog where like that. It couldn't be like my dog. My dog will just eat everything.
Okay.
Right. You put a
never get the
shoe there,
chance.
my dog's eating it.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that's good because if it eats everything, you can see which one did it eat,
No, but
and
if
then
you shoot
react
badly,
badly.
dog,
Which one did it go? Oh, God.
So you're saying you would like to see my dog ill?
No, but then at least we'd know.
Is that what you? Oh,
Then at least we
At least we'd know.
What would we know?
This food makes your dog ill.
How do we know that dogs are tasting the food first? Why don't they just use a less significant animal?
Oh, so there's so you're categorizing animals now into
Yeah.
best to worst.
Yeah.
So where are lizards on this?
Well, no, because dogs and lizards would have different humanly bodily reactions.
Neither of them are human.
Hang on, so you're saying there's a hierarchy amongst animals?
Yeah.
So what's
Okay.
what's the
Would
highest?
you? How much money do you spend? A lot of money. Would you spend that money on a ladybug? See,
No.
Yeah, hang on. Your initial answer.
Hang on, very
was straight away, yes.
much
So
like
it's
like
obviously
your
no.
animals. Ladybugs are wild. They're wild creatures.
It's not a pet, is it? A ladybug's got to go out and
Like,
fly
clearly
and do
there's
its
a
thing.
hierarchy here.
I think, getting back to the question before I was rudely interrupted, did I have like a test panel of clever dogs who
Okay.
only eat a certain amount?
That's fine.
And would go over and sniff and go, I mean, we call them Tory dogs. They go over and look at they go, oh, I don't like that. And then they go to the next one. Another ones that come in those lovely, like, gold foiled food. And they go, oh, I like that. Like Caesar, whatever. Caesar. And they used to go, when I remember it was called Mr. Dog or something, and they changed it to Caesar. And they go over and go, no, I don't like that. Slop. I like this.
So, like, that's slop. I always thought
Okay.
that dog food smelled quite nice.
Quickly move on.
Right,
Quickly
you are
move on.
terrifying. What's the first thing you wash in the shower, Ned?
Hang on, me hair. I put the shampoo in my hair because then I leave it in,
Yeah.
and then I do my face and I leave that on. And when after I do like my tackle and stuff, I go back to it and wash it out.
I do me tackle.
Sorry. How do you leave soap on your face if there's water? on it?
Yeah.
How does that work?
And what,
Because it's
if
like
you're just leaving
here-
it, won't it
No,
go
I get
into
face
your eye?
wash and I do that,
Yeah.
and then the water's here and I'm doing here,
Thank God the
and then I
camera's
go
on.
like that, and it's like
Yeah, but wouldn't the soap start running into your eyes?
well, if it
Because
do,
I
just
wash
do
my
that.
hair,
Just do
lather
that.
it all, then rinse it so the soap isn't
It's got to be
running.
top down, Annie.
No,
It's gotta be top
you've got to
down.
leave it. You got to leave it in there because it's got to get into your pores, get all the crap out,
you
and then you can
can't.
wash it out.
No.
You just put it on and wash it off.
Wash it off.
Wash
You're
it off.
washing it before.
Okay, I've asked you quickly. What are you going? The
I'm going
barnet.
start with
It's the
shampoo,
barnets,
of
innit?
course,
Yeah.
and you get it. Go. You get. See, I always wash it once and give it once.
Give it the
one
lather.
wash, and then no, I get the lather's the second one for me.
Oh, so
The
you just
first
clean
one
it,
is like the
rinse, and then
clear,
lather it.
and then the second one's the lather.
I don't condition.
You get
mine.
more lather on the
Yeah.
second go,
Of
don't
course
you?
you do.
Always.
Of course you do.
condition your hair
And it's
too
top
much.
down. You've got to start from the top. Like how do you? Where do you start when you dry yourself?
Normally, like my legs or something.
See, that's wrong though,
me
isn't
back.
it? That's wrong. 'Cause
Back.
you have to start at the top. If you don't start
Rub
at the
the
top,
hair and then the back first.
if you don't start at the top, your legs will get wet again because the water will cascade down your body.
Well, because when I turn my shower off,
Yeah.
I start by just going,
Yeah, you'd always do that. You shake off. You've
but
got to do full
you've
Taylor
got your
Swift.
hair
and then I put a towel on my head.
Yeah,
Okay,
top
all right,
down, top
all right.
down.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you ever been skinny dipping, Ned?
Probably.
I mean, you've never, have you? Let's be honest. So the question is, would you?
Not that I can
Do you
remember.
think there's ever? Do you think if you say like you and a girl? I don't know. Is she your girlfriend? But say it was, like, say you and a girlfriend went on holiday and
Yeah.
you were in Greece and you stumbled upon a nudist beach. Do you think you'd have the confidence to just waz it all off? Or would you go, nah, let's go to a different
I wouldn't
beach?
be like, I wouldn't be worried about like myself.
It's only like a,
Natural.
Like,
that's fine.
we've been into change rooms together.
Yeah.
And I've been bollock as a kid.
Yeah, all right. I don't think everyone needs
But
to know.
on a nudist beach,
Yeah.
I'm worried about who's there.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Surely all those people on the nudist beach though, they're there
just-
because they're naturists.
Yeah,
and they
they're
don't
just
care.
there naked.
Oh, in that case.
Or
then-
no one cares.
Well,
People
yeah,
are
let
just
me-
like.
But I don't see that. I what's the?
So would you have? The question I think, and it probably doesn't need loads of thought.
No.
Was just would you, or would you go? You know what? Let's go skinny. Or would you go? Nah, I'm
do you know
going
what?
to
No,
different-
because I quite like swimming with
Yeah.
shorts.
What about this then? What about this scenario?
Did you there?
I like what about this scenario then? What if you and just any random girl had a horse and the horse got very, very dirty on a walk, and you thought the easiest way to wash this horse is if we all just walk into this river, lake, stroke sea, and wash, but it would be silly of us to have clothes on while we do this, so we will get into without any clothes to wash this beautiful horse down. Would you do that?
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
It's not.
Wow.
It's not.
It feels very specific, that question. I'll
What
be
do you think
honest.
the horse is just gonna go? Yeah, sound. And go
The
for a
horse
swim?
will. You can literally lead a horse to water.
Yeah,
It
you
wouldn't
can't make
want
it
to.
sink
It'd
it,
be
but
like,
you can
"Oh,
leave
what are
it
you
to.
doing, man?
What are you thinking of for a
Just
wash?
give it a normal wash.
Well, yeah, but that might take a while, and also, how would you normally wash it?
Take it to the farm, jet wash it.
That's unethical.
Power wash a horse.
Of course you can.
There was no moment in Power Wash Simulator where they whipped the horse out for me to watch.
I know horses.
Ned in the shower.
He knows
No
horses.
Oh, for God's sake.
I've adopted.
Ned, this is
and
just for
babysitting
you.
Horses.
This is just for you. And you sound like
Would you
Cam.
paint a horse?
Hey, sounds like Cam.
I could paint a horse.
Would you paint a horse?
Not on a horse. I'd paint on a canvas of a horse.
On a horse, like
Yeah.
just there painting as she sat on a horse.
Amazing.
This is just for you.
You're gonna be blue now.
This is just for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever accidentally glued your hands together when doing a craft project? It feels like something you would have done.
No, but
Look at him laugh. Look
No,
at this
but-
smirk.
I regularly, and you'll know just by looking at my fingers. They're blue.
I regularly glue my hands together.
No, I used to regularly.
Fingers?
I just used to put super glue on my fingers at the end.
Why?
For a bit of protection when I'm playing guitar.
Ned,
But
do you know what?
sometimes
That's not a bad answer.
Super glue is.
Can I ask you a
wretched.
question? Do you know why super glue was invented?
For fingers. For on cuts.
Yeah, but I'm asking why specifically.
Was it for cuts?
It was for. I am pretty sure it was during the Vietnam War. Was to patch people up
Yeah.
quickly.
So you had a
Well,
cut
yeah,
there, you
probably
just go
to-
like that.
Yeah.
in.
So that answer's not the maddest answer
I
in
had
the
my
world.
head glued
Also
shut.
not great, is it?
My head was glued shut when I was a kid.
I don't think there's super glue.
Glued
thing,
shut.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes I'd put the super glue on and accidentally close my fist. And
To
then,
me, and it stick for a bit.
Yeah.
Long as you
So,
don't,
so the answer's yes.
long as you don't put it on your fingers and then scratch your nose.
Yeah, you might.
No, yeah, you've got to, and you've got to be really safe with it as well. No, I wouldn't put it in an open wound. No.
What would you like to be in your next life, and why? You can still be. You can be a human again. You can be doing something else, whatever.
Can
Or
I
you can be
choose
a
who
dog
I'd
or
be
a.
rather than what I'd be? I'd be like my great grandson, so I can go back and go, wow.
But you can't go back though, can you?
You wouldn't know, would
No,
you?
I can look. I can
because
look.
You
I
won't
can look
retain
back.
any memory.
Because you don't retain any memory now, do you? That's the way you got to look
Alright,
at it.
my next life, probably like
You could be on your like 180th life, couldn't you? For all
probably-
you know,
probably
right?
Probably a
So-
dog or something.
A dog.
Dog.
No, you can be a human if you want, but you can be a dog if that. Or
Have you seen a dog? Have you not filmed a dog's life?
Yeah.
Where he just keeps on
He
going?
keeps, and he's like, it's me.
Yeah, it's boss that.
Okay. What would you? Is there like something you'd like to come back as, or like a person, like the president of it, or whatever?
I'd in it that because it's like I don't know. I'd just come back a person who's got a happy life and supports a team that doesn't disappoint him.
You like to come back as a non-football fan, but who just enjoyed life. You know what I mean? And not have it dictated to by Richard Masters.
Someone just enjoyed life and had a happy life and stuff.
Someone who like,
I wouldn't want to set my expectations too high because I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
sometimes we think everybody else is having a great time. It's dead easy to go, would you
God,
want to
yeah,
be like
yeah.
a president? And they go, the nonsense they have,
pressure they
you know,
have,
whether
yeah.
you like them or not, the nonsense, the decisions they have to make.
Yeah.
someone who just surfs in Hawaii, and that's it.
Okay, that's fine.
I just surf, man.
That's fine.
Is that what?
A surf dude.
Yeah.
Is that
You want to be a surfer dude?
Or like just like someone who lives along the bay in Australia and just surfs.
along the bay?
But did
What
that-
bay would that be?
Yeah.
The bay
The bay of what?
on the southeast coast.
The bay of the southeast coast.
Home and away, surely.
Hello to everybody who's in the bay of the southeast coast in Australia. We know it's a very famous area. Lots of famous people have come from there. That sounds like an area on a map in Grand Theft Auto, doesn't it?
It is. Hang on. Is there not a bay in the southeast coast?
I've no idea. Do you
There
know?
is. Yeah, there is.
Is there? What's
Home
it
and a bay.
called?
Home and a bay.
I know what it's called. You don't know what it's called.
It's called Summer Bay.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
2 versus 1.
Home and away.
All right, it's called Summer
Bay.
apparently.
Summer Bay High. What's the worst tagline you can think of for a wart removal cream company?
trying to tell me that Byron Bay is called Summer Bay when I knew it was Byron Bay all the time.
Byron Bay. Daddy's just looked on the internet.
Yeah.
The worst thing for a wart.
A wart removal cream company. The worst tagline. What can you come up with for a wart removal?
This really stinks.
Stinks or stings?
This really stinks.
Okay.
You wouldn't buy it, would you?
No.
Well, okay.
That is a tough one, isn't it? A wart removal. The worst tagline for it.
Face freezer.
A face freezer?
I don't know how that. I don't know how you get to that.
These are just random questions. That's why they're here. As a kid, what was your favourite colour?
Blue.
I think mine was blue.
Blue.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not hard, is it?
Hell, you say that. I'll do a few more.
Come on.
I'm not asking that one. No, that's dark.
Oh, please ask me.
No, I can't. That is dark.
Continues the thread of darkness.
What would you do if you could replace all of the grass on the planet with something else, and why?
AstroTurf.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? 4G.
4G.
4G, every or 5G.
5G, which is exactly the same as grass, but isn't grass. No, we need grass. We need grass to be here.
Plants.
Get plants.
Soil.
No, why would you want soil?
Why would you want soil?
How does that help the world?
Muddy. To be honest, it doesn't say to help the
world.
world. It just said, why would you do it? No?
Super duper 5G pictures so all the kids can play for free without being extortionated.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not a real word.
No.
By these football places. But then 5G would just probably kill all the bees and the birds and everything. So
Gotta be careful.
probably not the best solution.
Would you rather be forced to wear shoes every second of your life or never be able to wear shoes again?
No, I'd rather be forced because there are moments where you absolutely do need shoes. And if you could get a comfortable pair of shoes that you had to wear when you didn't want to, then I think we could cope and tolerate that.
What about if it was Crocs?
Even if it was Crocs, I'd tolerate it. I just think there are. I mean, I walked through Stanley Park on Wednesday night, and there's no way on earth I was going to walk through that without shoes on.
I'm with Ped on this. So I've got experience.
I think we're all on there. I think Baz.
I'm just asking the question.
I've had loads of dreams where I've gone out without my shoes on. I've gone to school without shoes, and it's been the worst day ever.
My dreams are well better than yours.
So
That is a weird dream, isn't it? If that's your level of dream, I have dreams about Baywatch
They're
and
the
stuff
dreams
like
that make me
that.
scared of
you know
Yeah,
what
that's what I mean.
You know what I mean?
My
Pamela
dreams are-
Anderson, she might be running down the beach in a big pair of Clarks, but I can take that.
Yeah.
I can take that.
Yeah. Them shoes, that thing you used to wear in here. What Page's shoes? I wasn't in the Page's, but what do you think the first person to milk a cow was actually trying to do, Ned?
it might have been instincts. I think maybe they thought, well, if a cat and a goat can milk,
To be fair, though.
let's try a cow.
fair-
So they tried it with a cow. And it probably
Sorry,
worked.
go back there. What? Go back
They
one.
probably thought if I can do it with a goat and a cat, then maybe I could try it with a cow. So they tried it and it worked.
How did they get to a point where they knew they could milk cats?
You can milk a cat.
You can milk anything that's got
Milk.
nipples.
But
A
they didn't
cat.
do they might have just been, well, I've seen other people milk a goat, so I'm going to try and milk a cow.
No, can you? No, but piss off. Yeah, but you could say that about anything, though, couldn't you? You could say, how did the first fella know
Where to put the
where to put it? Do you know what I mean?
instincts,
It's
isn't
just
it?
instinct. I think with the cow, it's just instinct. I think as humans, we see something like that and we think, I'll give that a pull.
But do you know what and you've mentioned this before,
Yeah.
what genius is?
Yeah.
M&M raps and it's easy.
Yeah.
It's just like muscle memory. Same with
Sorry.
Same
Are
with
you comparing Eminem rapping to
same with
someone milking a cow?
Messi and football. It's just easy.
You're really interested video for this bit.
yeah.
Farmers' instincts.
Yeah. So it's a farmer's instinct. Hang on. But surely, so are you saying before anyone milked the cow, we had farmers?
Yeah.
And a farmer went, let's give that a
For
tug.
those listening, Ped raised eyebrows and pointed.
I did.
Yeah.
That's a
Okay.
I just think some things are just we'll
They're
never know.
just there.
Chicken and egg, aren't
It
they?
is,
We'll
yeah.
never ever know. That's that's one of those secrets of the universe. No one will. How did anyone know chicken would taste like chicken?
Well, he didn't. He just ate it. And then went, oh yeah. Look at his face.
What?
How
Right.
did anyone know chicken was going to taste like chicken? And therefore,
Did he like it?
So they ate it?
yeah.
They just ate it to survive, didn't he? And then went, oh, it tastes like chicken.
Tastes
mate."
It probably tasted like crap though, didn't it? at
Right.
first?
This is
Why? How has the flavour changed?
No seasoning.
no garlic. You know, the garlic
Granules.
season. Garlic granules. Right, the final
Go on.
question for this week, right? What are the unwritten laws of the studio? The unwritten rules, Ned. Give me 3.
There's easy ones.
Give me
isn't there?
3 unwritten rules of this studio.
Right, obviously, should I just say the obvious ones or like, because the obvious one, don't murder each other.
No,
Like,
no, forget that, because they should just be unwritten rules of life.
They're just laws.
Yeah.
They have written laws, aren't they?
Yeah,
Like the Bible.
They are written laws, yeah,
Don't murder.
like the Bible.
Thou shalt not
Well,
murder people.
Like real law as well, not just the Bible.
Unwritten laws.
In this studio, like what are like the? I better not like the unwritten, not laws.
Like
you haven't
taking
wrote
your
law.
pants off and stuff. I've done that a few times and people have been going
don't-
mad
I
at me.
think
Why you keep on breaking that rule?
I think, yeah, you do. I think you're missing the point. Like in your head, what are the like things I just don't do in the studio
Go on, then.
when Baz and Ped are there? It
go on.
doesn't have to be stripping off, because obviously you wouldn't do it. Man, you try to do it when you're onto footy.
Go on then.
What do you reckon? There's 3 things you know that would just like you just wouldn't do in the studio.
I
you
honestly
might.
don't think there's an answer to
I
this.
want to know though that you might incur Minnesota, St. Paul,
Yeah.
Baz,
I don't.
which was WhatsApp Baz on steroids.
Yeah.
Look at him laughing.
Don't make Baz angry.
Don't make Baz angry, Jesus
What
Christ.
would make Baz angry?
No, what? Go on. What are 3?
Don't slander Baz's confidence. He's the best at everything.
I mean, that's wrong. That's wrong straight off the pot. Go on.
Don't pick your nose, because it's just uncomfortable, isn't it? People pick the nose in front of you, like. I pick mine as well.
I don't know what's happening here.
mine as well. Like it's a communal experience.
And like, don't be racist and that.
Well, that's just a law. That's just not. That's just
not
something
cool,
that you
is it?
should
That's
never
not
be.
cool in society,
cool.
is it? So they're the only thing.
Oh, and don't like touch each other inappropriately.
He thinks this is a
Yeah,
HR
when I asked you this question, I just thought for like things yourself.
Yeah.
Of like,
I was thinking like
I'd be like, don't
leave the room to go home without doing the tasks you've been assigned to
because
do.
otherwise,
Oh.
Ped will do you in.
Don't open the window
Verbally.
without permission.
No, that's not. That sounds like we are the worst people in the
Don't
world.
open the window without permission.
They don't let me open the window.
Because when it's -4, you open the window and go, too hot in here, and we're over
to go to
there.
the toilet.
I'm not allowed to go to the toilet without announcing it.
No.
You always
You
announce
always announce it.
Yeah, in case I get
An unwritten rule should be never announce I'm going to the
get a-
toilet.
And
No,
and
there is one thing that you're not supposed to do.
don't tell people what
No,
really
no,
gets
there's a
said in
rule
the-
that you-
No, there is an actual
on.
rule. Don't tell people what actually gets said in the studio.
Yeah, that's a rule. Let me know that.
But that's a rule
But
for
there's
everyone.
definitely one rule, and you do still break it.
Don't-
Thinking you've got a dinner break.
No, but hang on. When do I ever have a dinner break?
No, that is the rule.
I
That
don't have a break though. I just eat.
But that's
while
the
doing
rule you
things.
used to do, isn't it? That's the thing you used to always do. You used to sit there.
no,
You did. That's Basil back me up. You used to sit there when you had work to do, and you'd be like, and we go, no, I think you go, I'm on my dinner break, and we go, you don't have a dinner break. You can eat whenever you want, but not when you're supposed to be doing something.
Whenever I want. Can I eat all day?
Well, you could have ate.
You
when,
could
like,
eat
say,
all day while we're here.
when we're
To
live.
clarify, it isn't. You're making it sound like he doesn't get it. To clarify is, we don't film for
Yeah.
8-7 hours that we're in here, are we? So the only thing is, don't choose to eat just when you're doing something. All the other bits, when you have the breaks, then you eat.
The other good one he likes to do is when he does go for the, like, we'll just be about to go live or something's about to be breaking,
And he'll disappear.
just disappears.
Yeah.
And you go, where have you been at? Well, I needed to go to the toilet. The best one was, remember the best one? When he walked out and he went, well, I took my phone with me and I did it in the toilet.
I should watch the press
He
conference.
watched the press conference in the
Put it on.
toilet.
Muted it.
Yeah.
Muted it. Got off. Didn't come back.
So yeah, when like press conferences on and stuff, he's not allowed to. He's supposed to sit there or sit over there. He went to the toilet and watched it on his phone, and that was the justification.
That was the unwritten rule.
Imagine someone walking past the toilet and all you can hear is, well, that's the game, that's the game. He's injured. That's the game, isn't it?
Don't talk to guests.
Yeah, that is
that is definitely an unwritten rule.
With a guest this
That is
day,
an unwritten rule.
And Baz walked in and we were talking, and Baz just walked in and he went like that. He went,
Raised my eyes like, what's he saying? Yeah. That's only because of previous. That's previous.
What was it like, Wayne, when you were sitting in with drawing funny pictures of you in the courts?
I mean, if you just take that back, because we are finishing now.
Yeah, we are finishing now.
Was his first question to Wayne? Remember that game when you cut your head open?
I was bladdered.
What? That was your moment.
I was just
to ask him a question, and you said you split your head open,
and he just went.
I'm sorry,
all those things I've done in my career, all wasted. Yeah, all absolutely wasted.
Because all you wanted to ask me was if I remember cutting my head open.
No, he was on about his debut. He said his debut was mad. I went, yeah, I remember you had blood all over your face, cut your head open, and he just went.
He didn't, because that wasn't his debut.
It was.
Who was it against?
In MLS.
Look at his face. We're going.
Right.
That was random.
What a great show.
Yeah, it was
what
tremendous.
A great show. It's dark with the first part. Dave went away and suddenly just blew up.
Ned.
Spectacular.
Ned, with some of his answers are tremendous. Condimentals.
Right.
So fair play. Right. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it, 5-star it. Do all of it.
All of it.
Do all of it. And we'll see you next week. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Bye.